Hello, good morning. It's another Saturday. Good morning, everybody. Yeah, waiting for my friends to come in. Yeah, thank you. Morning, morning. Yeah, it's another Saturday. So this year, at this time, today is April the 24th, going into May. Yes, time passed really fast. So in the month of May, end of May, there will be Auntie Boleh 1 year. It's really fast, time. So Auntie Boleh is here, thinking of after the first anniversary after May, what am I supposed to do next? Yeah, give me your view, some of my friends here. What would you like Auntie Boleh to do in the next 1 year? Yeah. Thank you, Sia, Margaret, Jennifer, Li Hua. Yeah. Wow. Okay, thank you. Yeah, Tan Zong, good morning. Good morning. Yes. So Auntie Boleh, just give suggestion to Auntie Boleh. What would you like to see more in Auntie Boleh's exploring? Yeah. Thank you, Kichi. What do you like Auntie Boleh to explore in the food? Okay, good morning, Lina. Wow, what awesome. This morning we have a morning walk at Ada Height. Yeah, it's a wonderful to walk at Ada Height. Sometimes the fresh air, especially now after the rain. Yeah, so I was saying, like Auntie Bore, by end of May, it will be 1 year, time passed really fast, right? So that means last year was during MCO and until now, it's still MCO. So meaning Auntie Bore still continue with what I'm doing now. But just like to know, maybe some of you can feedback to me, what kind of timing? Okay, timing. Saturday, some people say, yeah, I have to go out to do some shopping. But anyway, everybody have their own time. But just suggest your time. What time do you think is good? Or what are the things you like Auntie Boleh to explore? Yeah, there's always a possible, yeah, possible into what you like me to explore. Yeah, explore into more on food introduction or not go to the nursery, flowers. Everybody like now they like flowers and all these things. Yeah, just give me feedback even after the live or after the poll. When you see what I say, when you hear, just give me a feedback of what you like Auntie Boleh to explore more. Yeah, thank you, Christine. Pauline Horn, thank you. Good morning. Yeah, I'm still waiting for uh today my special guest is YB Maria Chin. Yeah, so I'm okay. Because YB Maria, she's very very busy. So I just keep reminding her. I have to remind her, of course, this is busy. She's busy. So she tell me she may be a little bit late because what you call that? The reporters still hang around her. Yeah. Yeah, because as we know that YB Maria Chin is a person, no, I mean, she's a politician, all of you know, right? That I have been following her, all this while. And then the perseverance that I have now, I mean, towards her is that she persevere in what she's doing. So, but then she's a politician. How much do we know about her private life? I mean, personal life, what she likes and what she likes to do, Maybe some of us are curious, She is also auntie like us, but there are many things that she can do. Let's see what she can, let's see what this YB Maria Chin, what she can do. Yeah, she's here with me now. Let's not waste time. She's walking and then she's thank you. Yeah, that's why reporter to yeah, actually I can get reporter to come, but then she's in her car. Yeah, actually can get wait. Yeah. YB Maria, she's wow, are
Okay,
you
Margaret.
settled? Yeah. Alone now. Yeah. Wow,
Yes.
YB Maria is thank you to I know you have a very busy schedule.
Okay. Yes.
Maybe you can take off your mask now if you are alone. Yeah.
Okay. Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
It's nice to see you. Welcome, YB Maria. And then
Thank you
YB
very
Maria is so
much.
good. She said, don't call me YB Maria, just call me what Maria will do. Thank you. But we do respect you. You know, Maria, okay, like I call you Maria as you wish. We know that you are, to us, you are a politician, that you are so active in the politics, you know, even Auntie Boleh also see what you do for all this while. But apart from politics, we aunties down here also very curious about, actually, beside politics, okay, what actually, you know, your family, you know, before you join politics, what were you doing actually? Can we know? Maybe not to the detail, but what you can let us know, yeah. Because from what we know is when you are a politician. Before that, what do you do? Yeah, Habi.
Okay, thank you very much. Very good morning. Sorry, I'm a little bit late. I just finished launching the tuition for a course for the
Yeah,
P40 children. Yeah. Um. Well, what do I do? I have always been an activist. When I was studying in UK as a student activist, and now, of course, when I came back, I joined the women's rights movement, and has been with them until Berse came along in 2009. Yeah, when we
oh,
actually I decided also together with Dato Ambiga and also Wong Chin Hua to actually take over Bersih from the political parties, and so therefore, um, then of course, you all know what happened to Bersih. First was Dato Ambiga leading, and then after that was me. Yes.
yeah. So you were, I mean, we are just curious lah, no, Maria. That so that mean you after you came back from school, I mean, your graduation. So what career, what were you doing? Something we would like to know lah. You know, as a person, yeah.
Well, when I came back, of course, I have to work. So I did a lot of things. One was with a consultancy, marketing company. Then I moved to joining Bata also, retail. Had my small little retail in that time was actually previously was actually at the digital mall, but now it has actually changed. Then I left the commercial sector and went into full-time activism. So
Mm,
I joined, I helped together with a lot of activists. We formed All Women's Action Society, AWA.
yeah. What?
We also yeah, and we also form another women's group that does more of training and advocacy, women's development collective. So I was really involved in both of these organizations. The purpose was really to ensure that we don't have violence against women anymore, hopefully. Yeah, that was our main intention. So that's why in 1985, um, I think about 40 or 50 of us came together when we all came back from our own overseas studies from US, Australia, from UK, and also there were already some women activists here in Malaysia. We joined forces and organized a workshop and exhibition against violence against women. When we first started talking about rape, about
Mm,
domestic, we faced a lot of resistance. People were calling, like for example, Women's Aid Organization, a home wrecker. The reporter was very brave to cover us. She also get harassed by the public. That people felt that she should not be saying all these issues because these are private issues, not for public. But
mm, mm,
when you look at women being badly beaten up just because they can't serve their husband well enough, there must be a sense of justice, yeah,
mm,
women, because no one deserves to be beaten and no one deserves to be raped. So we actually raised that awareness, and of course we also did a little street demonstration, which actually resulted in some of the members, 4 women were actually arrested under the Internal Security Act. They were Cecilia, Teresa, Irene, Xavier, and also Chi Heng Ling. So for that, going to the street to protest against rape, they were arrested and had detention without trial. They were arrested for at least they served 1 over year in detention. So and that time, that was the reaction towards this kind of issue. Whereas now, after more than 30 years, these issues are being talked about. Elected representatives are actually talking about better laws to protect the women who have been abused and violated. So we have moved, but it took us 30 years to have the proper laws in place, to have proper procedures, to have a better understanding that domestic violence, rape, treating sex workers badly and all that are a no in this society. So we have come a long way. The women's rights group movement actually stayed together also. Amazingly, we are still intact for the past 30 over years. So it tells a lot, because I guess women has more commitment and more staying power, and they want to see this issue come to light, because we are committed to this issue, not just for ourselves but for the women in Malaysia and beyond.
Yeah, that's why, what, Maria, you were saying that for 30 years, as I know you also the founder member and the former chairperson for the Awam, right? So that means your perseverance for all this while you're going through for 30 years, and you are still going on for this, Yeah, yeah.
I wish it will be faster in terms of better laws and treatment of women. If it's much better, we don't have to struggle 30 years. But unfortunately, that is the history that we had to go through. Even like birthday, we had to struggle for 10 years before we were able to actually make an impact on electoral reform, and also even resulted in a change of government. So it takes time, but I think what is most important is really people's commitment and support. With that, you can make a big difference. The women's movement also, we had a lot of support from everybody, and that's why after 30 years we see some fruits coming. New elected representative now talking about better laws for women. The same as Berse, our electoral reform now, after 10 years of struggling and going to the streets and all that, and gathering so many people, finally people understand. But whether the government has the political will, to actually make the change, it looks as though right now they don't have lah.
Yeah. There are many things. Yeah, we need people. Yeah, we have to say that, Maria, you are the person who actually lead so many of us. Somebody has to stand up. And Maria, I would like to say a few words here, because there are some of my supporters here. They like to, they're happy to. I just like to tell out their names, that they are happy that you are with them now. Lee Jin say, "Woman power, woman who dares." Danny say, "Great works, YB, empowerment of women's right." Yeah. So yeah. Yeah, you are their idol. Say, wow. In fact, we should get the reporter to join you lah, to come here and see who is Auntie Boleh. But anyway, they are very special. That so happy that YB are with Auntie Boleh, so that we with this Auntie platform can know more about, rather than just politics. As a person, we would like to know you. Okay, as what you say, Maria, you are so much involved into politics, in a sense, Awam, you're fighting for women's rights. These are the things that you do, yes, for the public. Now let's talk about the family. I know you have three children, like 3 boys or what, right? So in a way, like you see, you're also spending time for the public in a way. So we would like just to know, how do you juggle your time? Sometimes not enough time, but just like to know, as a busy woman like you, how did you able to come all this way How do you juggle your time for the family, for your children? Yeah.
I guess things just fall into place lah for me. One is that my late husband was very supportive of what I do. So although he is himself a very strong activist, yeah, but he gave up his activism to support me. When he was alive, he actually took care of the children.
Mm.
um, he is a good cook, and he does quite a lot in terms of the children's education and welfare. So I was able to actually spend a bit more time with the NGOs that I'm involved in. When he passed on, that was the time that I entered into Bersih. My kids were actually big enough. Yeah, they were still in the secondary school, but they were able to take care of themselves, because both me and my late husband believe that we want to build their independence. So they are very critical of us. They actually know how to take care of themselves, and they actually have been with me on most of my birthday demonstration. They have actually tasted tear gas and chemical laced water being sprayed at them, so they know where I'm coming from. And my boys are very supportive, and they have a mind of their own. Of course, now they won't join politics, but I guess that they are very much on their own, and they are able to take care of themselves. So but in Bersih too, I have a very supportive group of committee members. It's very important, especially when you're taking on such a big movement like Bersih, that people around you actually supports you. I mean, we all supported Ambiga at that time, and we were together. We have definitely our differences, how we move and all that, but somehow or other we were able to resolve it in a very amicable manner, and we move together. We always move together. That is most important, because once we start splitting up, and because I don't like your face or don't like what you say, birthday would not have happened. Yeah.
Your same target, same objective. Yeah. Huh? Yeah.
Yes, we work very well together, and we support each other. I must say that we have a committee of about at one time was about 17 of us. We
Oh.
keep touch, and all the committees members were actually committed. So in their own locality, they also help us to organize. So when we have like Bersih 4, we didn't have to spend that much time mobilizing. People just came, because I guess that by then we have raised the trust between me and Dato Ambika. We have raised the trust in people that what we are doing is
Yeah.
upfront, parent, and is for a good cause. So
Yes.
day 5, when we actually did the passing of the oboe and all that, people just came forward to help us connect with the local communities, and we went to places that we have never been to. I remember we were actually chased chased by the red shirts. The community, the kampong there,
Yeah.
actually helped us and took us to another place that we have never been, and we had a charama there. So that is the power of the people's support, and that kept us going.
Yeah. Maria, so what you have said, I mean, what you have just said is actually we saw it with our eyes also, because sometimes we are your fans and we really also follow what you have been doing, you know. So you, some of my friends here is saying that, you say that, YB Maria, you are really a role model for women. You balancing your family time and your community work. Yes, yes. Yeah, and then some also, yeah. I have a friend here. He say Ambika is another of her fan, her idol. He said, Auntie Boleh, will you have a meetup with her? So I will have to go to YB Maria. You make a connection for me. Yeah. Okay. So okay. Yeah. Yeah, you ask her, okay. Thank you so much for this. Yeah, Maria, also again, you see, what you have gone through, yeah, at the meantime, family, but then what you have gone through and your perseverance, Yeah, this is what you really do. I wonder lah, just for your personal life, okay. Actually, what you like to do, your personal life, what is your me time? Your me time, okay, what you like to do? Do you have any me time?
I think most of my time, I try to have a dinner or lunch with my kids actually
Mm,
once. Once when I became the politician, it's becoming very difficult.
mm.
Weekends are like now, weekends. This weekend I have like 9 programs today, and then another 4 or 5 tomorrow. That kind of thing. So there's no such thing as me time, but when I find time, we try to be together, like, whether it's a meal or just sitting around talking to each other. For me, that's important to keep up with my family because that's the family that supports you, right? So you
Yeah.
can't forget about them, and they do need support as well, even though they support me so well. So that's the me time. But if I'm not, I would love to travel all over the world.
Yeah. Okay. We would like to know lah, what is your favorite food at least? What is
My
your favorite food? What you like to eat or what you like to drink? What is your fruits that you like to eat? Yeah.
I love anything that is spicy.
Oh,
So
good. Yeah, me too.
the curry, of whatever laksa and satay with very spicy sauce. Yeah, I love durian. I do love
Yeah.
all this food. Yeah, Malaysian
Yeah.
food is something that I really love. Yeah,
Yes. Yeah, I
yeah,
like to.
because we have so much of variety that to choose from that you can't finish eating all the Malaysian food in Malaysia lah.
Yeah. Okay. So what drinks do you like? No, this is something we would like to know you as a person, you see. Yeah.
I must have my coffee, at least 2 cups of coffee every day. Uh, to keep it to 2 to 3 cups of coffee per day, just to keep me going. Yeah.
Yes, yes.
And of
Yeah.
course, I do now and then indulge in like Coca-Cola and all the sweet.
Yeah, too sweet is not so good, as we know. So as we are getting older lah. Yeah, but then to give you the energy, yeah, moving around always, right? Yeah. So sometimes I see you like, and so I know from the poster, I know you are doing something like cookies for a cause, right? You're making cookies for the two taman, right? So there are cookies there, they are with different names, all this. So what is actually what you are doing this project, cookies for a cause? Would you like to tell us? Yeah, doing
Actually,
for your, yeah, because you are doing for the B40, right? Yeah. Hmm.
started with the movement control order last year, where all of us were locked down, and as a member of parliament, I had to bring food to some of these people, and also some of the elderly couldn't access their medical supplies. Yeah, go for their medical appointments and all that. So we were helping, and we got to know some of the people, particularly in Lembah Subang one, where they just couldn't put food on the table. I mean,
Yeah.
we put for granted that we eat 3 times at least, yeah, a day. They can't even have once a day. So when we did a survey, yeah, prior to the MCO, we find that the children were underweight,
Mm,
undernourished, and some were actually obese. So we were wondering why obese. But that was a way where the children, because they don't have people cooking for them, or they don't have enough money, they buy the cheap bread and sugar water, so that fills up their stomach, so they become obese because of
obey.
that, not
Mm,
because they
oh.
eat a lot of
Mm,
food. And that was very sad because we are in a millennium. We shouldn't be having this kind of cases. Then the MCO made it worse because some of the women, the work that they do can't be online. I mean, they are your cleaners. They are your. Some of them goes into security guards. Their husband lose their jobs.
mm,
Some of taxi driver, your Grab drivers. At one time, the early few months, nobody could actually go out. Not even the Grab could actually
Yeah,
operate.
yeah,
Now,
at the
of
beginning.
course, it's operating very well. But so therefore, and then we look at the women. Some of them are actually selling nasi lemak, but
Ah,
on streets and all that. They can't do that anymore. So it was a big loss in terms of income. So cookies for a cause came in quite well, in a
mm,
sense that they use the online to actually market their products. These women have never
ah,
baked before, yeah, and never sold things before. They some of them maybe sell a little bit here and there and sell it to their neighbors, but never on a big scale, like the online marketing that we actually introduced for them. So we thought that perhaps we can try for Chinese New Year. These are mainly women who either their husband lost their job, they lost their job, their income got badly reduced,
yeah.
or they can't see their children. One week they could only feed their children 2 to 3 days, and the rest of the day they just eat whatever, water or whatever. So
Mm,
we introduced this. We gave them some training, basic ones, and then they started with Chinese New Year 3 weeks before Chinese New Year, and they did very well. Amazingly well. They sold 1,600 jars of cookies, and they
oh,
made about 32,000
oh,
and that actually gave them confidence and opened up their horizon to say that, oh, I can sell beyond just my neighbors. I can use the online. And in fact, the Lembah Subang, the women, the first 10, yeah, that we selected, actually started putting their cookies, the malls, in retail shops and all that on their own initiative. So they work so well as a team, and they never met each other before. But women, when they come together, I believe will be able to support each other and make sure that they take care of each other. So that's what they have been doing. So now I've added another 10 from Taman Medan, same social problems as well. Taman Medan actually are very new, so their sales hasn't really picked up. But what is interesting of both these two groups is that whatever problem that they have, they share with each other and they support each other. So even though they don't know each other, they've never met each other before, but they were very willingly supporting each other, and not being selfish, yeah, about sales and all that. So they have actually worked out like a coordinator to take all the orders, somebody to make sure that payments are made, payments are collected. So it's amazing what you can do by giving them a little bit of an idea. They can actually make the idea grow, and I think that is what is most important. I hope that by 6 months after we finish with the full support and the training, I believe they will be able to grow their business.
wow, YB, I mean, Maria, it's so wonderful that you're able to actually coordinate lah, like get this thing grow. So this is like, as what you say, women, we aunties are actually quite easy to to get together and do something. So it's a woman power again. We say that nowadays it's a woman power. I have a friend here who say, he says that what you can do all this one. You say you like to ask YB, how do you see Malaysia in 5 years time? Let's say women, we all keep doing what we have, and what do you see in Malaysia in 5 years time?
I think it needs more than just women. It needs everyone to actually ensure that our country is made much better. We deserve much better. To be honest, not to be sounding so political, but I think that this present government needs to do more. Yeah, it's not very sensitive nor representative of the people's will. I mean, just take the whole issue of testing the COVID.
COVID
Uh,
now.
you have to still pay, and it's so exorbitant. 250. You ask a B40 woman to pay 250. It's impossible to do any testing. In fact, the testing should be brought down, the prices. The other one is the vaccination. Why so slow? So I feel that, you know, people are frustrated with all this kind of development. Economy is slowed down, and you don't get the economic opportunity. You don't get jobs. Your salary suffers and all that. People should actually voice out much more than what they are doing now. I know that people are afraid that, but you know, what happened in 2018 can happen again. Yeah, in 2 to 3 years time. And I don't think we should give up hope, and we should actually try to support more progressive movement, voice out our feeling towards this government, so that we actually force them, yeah, we pressure them to actually make changes for our benefit and also for the children. You see, now I'm running this tuition for a cause.
Yeah,
uh,
you're right. Yeah.
40 children. In fact, I don't need to actually run this if the government has been more efficient in delivering the education services. Because 1.5 years where the children has not gone to school, what do you expect children respond will be? Of course, they lose interest. Of course, they will be a little bit more playful as compared to coming back to school. Of course, they will not go online because sometimes they don't have devices to even go online.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
next time their parents come back with their handphone, you expect them to do their homework. Of course, they can't do their homework because they have to catch up with the classes, and then only they can do their homework to submit, and to submit next day, not possible. So there's no understanding from the government that support needs to be given. There are only a few million students, yeah. All you have to do is make sure that you don't have to supply computers to everybody, internet to everybody. Do what I am doing, convert all the day one into learning centers. We have so many day one, so many
Mm.
community. You can convert them together with the school, work together with a school, convert them into learning centers, and everybody can go online. You know, you just have to install one internet in each of these community hall, and there you have it. The students can actually learn, and it's a little bit more interesting from being in school. You have it in a community hall, you interact with other people and all that. uh, and I find that, you know, why aren't they thinking about this? I've raised it in parliament twice, when we were having parliament, of course, but they haven't done it. They use the excuse that, oh, social distancing, but you can still have social distancing in the community hall, um, and you can also combine with schools, so there's no missing out for the
Yeah.
children. And
Yeah.
this our future generation, yeah. Our future generation, if we don't jaga them, who's going to jaga them? And
Yeah.
you cannot depend on elected representative to do all this kind of work, because as a opposition, we don't have the enough resources. Even if I'm in government, a government backbencher, I also still don't have enough resources to cover so many schools in Petaling, Jaya. So the government has the resources, and I feel that they have the responsibility to our future generation to make sure that they have access, they still maintain their confidence and commitment to study and excel well.
Yeah. It seems like in 5 years' time, as what you say, like still there's so much to do. There only we can see what we can see in the future. We like it seems like not so much in a way. Mm.
This time we can still see some changes. I We probably need everyone to actually voice out. And in 5 years time, maybe we will get back Pakatan Harapan. I know some people are very skeptical about Pakatan Harapan, but we never had a fair chance to finish the whole term. We only had 22 months. What can you do with 22 months? It's very short time for a government to actually do very much. So I think that a second chance should be given to Pakatan Harapan and Plus Plus, to show that, you know, there are different ways to actually govern this country. And there can be better ways which will actually be something that every citizen deserve.
Yeah, yeah, Maria, you were saying, yeah, it's very true of what women can do, and you have told us. So, okay, before we end, let's say, talking as Maria, you are in a as a woman activist in a parliament or whatever thing. So, is there anything today? How can we women help? Okay, what can we contribute to the community? Maybe you can give us some tips. How can we help? What we can do at our level? Yeah.
Well, first of all, I hope that every woman get themselves registered and be a voter. That's very important. Don't give up your vote because that is your power. Yeah, that is the small, but it's a powerful tool that you have. And so don't give up. Ask your neighbors to register if they have not. Ask the men, the young people to also register, because that's the least that you can do for this country. Then the other thing is that if you can't have a platform to voice out, I think there's social media now. You can also write letters to the ministry to demand for answers to your questions, and not just depend on elected representative to give you the surat sokongan. You can also do the letters. If they receive every day thousands over of letters complaining about this and that, I think that they will actually take heed of the people's voice. So this is minimally lah that you all can do.
Minimally, vote lah.
Vote, vote, and also write letters to the ministers if you are not happy.
So do the letters, do we reach the letter, will the letter reach them?
Yeah, it will reach them. It will reach them. But if a lot of people writing about the same issue, they will. I think the officers will take note. Definitely.
So yeah, Maria, you were saying that okay, vote is the first thing we must vote. What are the other thing we can help you as a, let's say as a women, we are down here. What can we women contribute to the community? Maybe you can give us some tips other than we must do our part to vote. What other thing you think that is good that we can?
I do need volunteers, so I don't know whether I could pass that request to yourself, Auntie Boleh. I mean, it's simple things like helping to do some packing, maybe do some leaflet distribution, that kind of thing. If you have time, do join my office. We always have lots of work to do. Or you
How about other community as a big picture? Women at the different places at their own community. What can they themselves offer to the community? Let's say if they want, maybe from different places. Yeah.
get involved in an NGO, whether it's advocacy or social services or helping the poor, the elderly, or whatever. You can get involved in community work. There's so much to do. But most important is really to get people to not just do all this welfare work, but to also voice out to the government that the welfare is not reaching to the people who needs welfare. I think that kind of message needs to be iterated over and over again. So if you see that, national, how many billion is being allocated, but nothing comes to this welfare home or OKU home and all that, then you should actually raise your voice.
Sometimes we trying to raise the voice, but then we don't know who to send to. You say give us the link to send the letters. You know the aunties down here. Sometimes they would like to send, but
I can
no.
put the link of all the ministries. Yeah.
Maybe can give me the link so we can send out the link. Because sometimes we are so much lower. As an auntie, all this. To go to write up, it seems like so difficult to go right to the right person. Something it may be for us. Until this stage, tendang balik already. You get people will get frustrated somehow, right? Thank you. Yeah.
I don't think you all should see yourself as small people. We are all rakyat Malaysia. We have every right and equal right too in this country. So we are not small. We are big.
Thank you. Small jadi bukit lah, huh? Yeah, thank you. Maria, I know you are busy. You're running for your opening of your tuition center. It's an awesome job. Yeah, you are doing. So, I don't take up much of your time. So you continue your open ceremony. And I hope I can one day get Ambika. Maybe you can help me to Dr. Ambika to talk about this issue. Okay. So thank you very much, Wabi, for being with me. So I don't take up your time. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you for your
Thank you very
time. Thank you. Thank you. Bye bye. Bye. Yeah, it's so awesome to have Wabi Maya Chin to be with Auntie Boleh. Yes, thank you. And also, I want to thank all of you to be with me this time. Yes, yeah, she is such a busy woman. You can see her. She don't really have much time with the family, but she take most of her time where she's possible to have with the family. And also, I also admire one thing is her perseverance in what she's doing. Yeah, all this what she's with as an activist. So there are many women that we can learn in our life. So let's keep on learning. Auntie Boleh loves to learn. Okay. So at this moment also Auntie Boleh is still learning. I'm trying to get people where we can learn. So actually each time Auntie Boleh's guests, we can learn from them. So and again, so it's already 10:40. So it's time to say bye-bye to all of you. Yeah. So go through my life. I had just now at the beginning, I've asked a few questions. So yeah, hope that you will answer my question. Okay. So and again, I'll have to see you next week. Okay. Next week will be 1st May. Yeah. Woman power. We are learning. So it's wonderful when you give me the platform to learn. You also support me. So we learn together. That's awesome. Okay. So time to say bye-bye again. Yeah. So Auntie Boleh loves to share. You help me to share, okay? Yeah, thank you. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Jancy. Thank you. Bye-bye.